Some ponies try to this, so I had to put them on the hit list.
Don't try to this. Left them on the hit list. When I see little lion sound, don't try for this. Anyway, that one that them. Slew them and be feeling get my career.
So who is on the hit list today? Well, it's none other than the gaming media. Yes, we are here to ask the question, is there a pony in every gaming media studio? Or is it just part of, our imagination? Now, this is what the PlayStation fans are saying. They are saying that there is no such thing as the Xbox tax. They are saying that, PlayStation is treated the same way as Xbox is treated and Nintendo is treated. None of these things exist. You guys are coping with Starfield not being nominated. That is what they're saying. They said it's in our imagination.
And you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Let's now try to investigate if there is a bias against Microsoft. Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. As humans, we all have preferences and bias. Some persons love Coke instead of Pepsi, and no matter what they say, they would say they love Coke. So there are some persons who would vow for PC instead of Mac. They said it's too versatile and there's nothing you can say to convince them that Mac is better than PC. And yet again, there are some persons who would always choose Naruto over One Piece. And no matter what you say, Naruto is the best. Although that would be a lie. One Piece for the win. However, there are some fans out there, mostly Sony fans, who are saying that this is getting out of hand. These Xbox guys are coping because they didn't get nominated. There's no such thing as the Xbox tax. There's no such thing as bias in the media. In other words, they are saying that the people who are now hired by the same media company never grew up in gaming, never had a preference towards a particular console, which means no gaming website has any biases to any gaming console or platform. Well, using my patented 2x4 technology, I was able to scour the internet to see if there are any evidence of media bias. And let's just say,
honey, you've got a big storm coming.
So to start us off, let's talk about how the media is just extra soft on Sony. When Sony does anti-consumer things like raising the price of their consoles, whether it be raising the price for the games and also raising the price of their services, the media have little to nothing to say about it. Even if they do write a piece on Sony doing something anti-consumer, it is quickly forgotten, it is quickly pushed aside, and it's back to business as usual. But it is for a reason why it is the gaming media is very cautious around Sony. Here is why. Sony is known for blacklisting any gaming media site that speaks ill about their games or give their games a bad review. And this is not the first time this is being said. This has also been said by Blunty, the YouTuber Blunty. He also did admit that he was blacklisted for saying something negative about Sony. I couldn't find the video, but I recall seeing that video where Blunty said he was blacklisted. And there are a number of other evidence to prove that if you mess with Sony, then you will not be invited to any of their events, you will not be given any of their review codes or consoles or any accessories. Yes, Sony will blacklist your gaming company if it is you do not bend the knee. And at this point in time, if you're a pony, you might be saying all of this is made up. You have not given me any solid evidence that gaming reviewers are afraid to say anything bad about Sony games. Well, don't listen to me. Listen to a fellow pony.
One thing that I think is honestly, it's telling of the gaming industry. It's telling of the reviewers out there. And that is, I've looked at countless reviews of this game, and not once, not a single damn time did I hear a reviewer tell me this game has bugs.
Yes, Lucas, not one developer said anything about the bugs that was in Spider-Man 2, but now you know why.
Not once. Everyone was saying this is the greatest Spider-Man game ever. Oh, it's perfect, it's flawless, it's amazing, yada, yada, yada. I didn't hear not one reviewer tell me this game has bugs. And I think that is disgusting. I think that's evil. I think that's wicked.
So yes, the game reviewers are afraid of Sony. Let's now talk about how there is a pony everywhere you turn. You see, Sony PlayStation would have been in existence for a number of years. Yes, PlayStation as a platform would have won the gaming generation countless of times. And because of that, they would have amassed a number of fans, a number of followers throughout the year. And as I said in the beginning of this video, it is virtually impossible not to have a bias or a preference. And there are too many PlayStation fans working in the gaming industry. Are you saying that I have no proof? Well, take a look at this. This is Kat Bailey, a long-time worker there at IGN who would have done numerous reviews over the years being there. And look at she's taking shots at Xbox saying Sony will have a major tentpole release next year. I mean, they are not Xbox. So look at this. IGN employee, someone who has been on screen multiple times, someone who's supposed to show neutrality when it comes to, this whole supposedly console war. And here she is taking shots at Microsoft. Let's stay with IGN. Notice what IGN said here again. That brings us to Dan Stapleton of IGN. This is the guy responsible for delegating who reviews what game. He decided to review Starfield. Dan Stapleton has no bias. Dan Stapleton has no preferences. All Dan Stapleton has is neutral opinions about games. The same guy who was dressed as Kratos of God of War from head to toe. The same guy who said that he was vexed that Microsoft had early access for Starfield. The same guy who said that there will be hell to pay if Microsoft makes Elder Scrolls, Starfield, and Fallout exclusive to Xbox. He could never have a bias. The guy who gave Starfield a 7 does not have a bias when it comes to consoles. It is very clear, guys. This is our imagination. There is no such thing as Xbox tax. There's another reason why Xbox fans is saying that, there is an Xbox tax, because, we would have come to realize that negative Xbox news pays the bills, yes? When you spit out negative Xbox news, you get more subscribers, you get more clicks, you get more engagement. Even IGN knows this. Hence the reason why they were incentivized to give Starfield a 7 out of 10. Notice, look at the engagement of what they tweeted when they said that Starfield was a 7 out of 10. Look at the impressions, look at the engagement on this tweet. 1.8 million persons interacted with that particular tweet. Now look at the positive review of Spider-Man 2. You see the difference? So negative Xbox news sell. So gaming companies, gaming media, they are incentivized to speak something bad, to speak something ill about Xbox, because guess what? This is what pays the bills. Yes, even Dreamcast guy came out and said, his engagements and his subscribers was through the roof when he started to speak bad about Starfield. You can't make this up, guys. Let's not even talk about Game Rant, who realized that negative Xbox or negative Starfield news sell. Yes, it's very clear. There is a clear bias to Xbox. That brings us to the Game Awards. So persons with a keen eye started to wonder this again. Why did Death Stranding get nominated in 2019 for a Game of the Year with an 82 Metacritic? However, Starfield did not get nominated with an 83 Metacritic. And it happened again in 2020 with Ghost of Tsushima getting an 83, but yet Ori and the Will of the Wisp got a 90 and got no nominees for Game of the Year. And don't say it's a cartoony game or indie game, because we know that Mario Wonder is there and that is being nominated. So things are just not adding up. It just seems the evidence is pointing that there is a clear bias against Microsoft. But nevertheless, Microsoft is doing well. Microsoft just acquired, all these studios, and soon they would be so powerful that not even the biased gaming media could ignore what they'll be doing soon at hand. Well, let me hear what you think about all of this. Was this evidence enough to prove that yes, there is a bias against Microsoft in the gaming industry, or did all of this just mean nothing? Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you need some more good news like this, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.